Hey y'all, welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I just want to thank you in advance for watching. If you want to get this look, stay tuned. So here we go, we're getting started. I'm going to just start on clean, freshly primed skin. I'm also going in with just some eye cream right here, and the eye cream of choice was the Aveda Energizing Eye Cream, so I just put that on before I dive in. Now I'm going in and filling out my eyebrows. I like to just make sure it's nice and neat. I don't have any like particular way of doing this. I do it different every time, but today my eyes are pretty much clean. The eyebrows are clean, so I'm just filling in the little sparse area to give it more of a thicker, fuller look. And now I'm just going in and making sure that it's, even on the other side, and it's a little bit thinner at the tail area here, so I like to just add a little bit more product right there. Going in and just filling that out, making sure it's even out. And then I use the spoolie end to just brush it all in, make sure all the product is evenly, distributed throughout the whole eyebrow. And now I'm just going to go ahead and use some concealer to clean up those brows. I'm actually using the MAC Studio Finish concealer in the color NW40 with a flat top Morphe brush. I like it because it's nice and thin, and it kind of just helps to line it up so easily. Once I line up those bottom areas, I go in with the top, just gliding it across, making sure that it's like nice and neat, nothing too crazy. Then I kind of use that and I push it down, just blending it in, using that brush to kind of like just blend in the product. Once I'm done with the brush, I then use my finger, and using my finger is one of my favorite tools to use because I feel like the warmth of my finger kind of helps product build in, or blend in I should say, into the skin better. So I then use my finger to make it more natural. Now I'm going in with some foundation, and the foundation of choice was one of my favorite oldie but goodie, Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation. And I love using her foundations because it literally mimics skin. It's almost like I'm not wearing anything, and I forget that I'm wearing it when I have it on. So this color actually looks just like my complexion, and I believe it's 6.75 Golden Almond. And now I'm using the Fenty foundation brush. This is literally my favorite foundation brush now. I literally love it because it helps to like pretty much melt the product into my skin. And now I'm going in with some Shape Tape by Tarte in the color Deep. This literally helps to cover dark circles and is full coverage. So now that I'm back with the wet sponge, I'm going in and just blending that in. I'm trying to kind of rush at this point because this concealer sets rather quickly, so I'm kind of just pressing it in and making sure that it doesn't crease up on me. So I decided to pull my hair back a little bit just so it wouldn't be in my way, and now I'm going in to set my under eye concealer with some loose powder. And the good thing about this is I kind of put a little bit more than necessary to set, simply because I'm going to do my eyeshadow, and I don't want the fallout to disturb my under eye. So now I'm going to use this MAC paint pot in the color Painterly as like a base, basically, for my eyeshadow look. At this point I had no idea what look I was going for. I just knew that I wanted to have some color and I wanted it to be really bright and pigmented, so this is a perfect base for me. So at this point, I'm pretty much just setting that Painterly paint pot with just a nice neutral brown color, and I'm using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and it's the third brown down on the second row in the color Pooter. So now that we set that whole little lid area, I'm gonna go in with Pukey, the fourth brown color, over, and use that as a nice little transitioning color. I got a nice little fluffy blending brush right here that I'm just going back and forth in little sweeping motions. We've all seen this done. I'm just using that to build up that gradient effect. So after that little transition in color, I'm taking up a couple notches to Roxanne. Roxanne is the fourth color, down on the third level, right underneath Pukey. And I'm just using that as a nice little warm color, I guess. And now we're going to add some depth with the color Soda Pop. It's on the last row. It's the 6th color over on the last row, right next to that dark brown color. Soda Pop is like an ash brown color, and I love to use that to kind of, like I said, add depth or to help with my smokier looks. Okay, so now after we did all that blending, I used a couple blending brushes just to make sure it's kind of blended evenly. And now I'm gonna go in with this color is Pool Party, and it's that really nice sparkly turquoise greeny color that Jaclyn has in the palette on the fifth row, the first color on the fifth row. I'm packing it in, making sure that I kind of just stay on the lid area. Just pack it in there. And now I'm going to go in with the color right over, which is Jada. And I'm going to take it right above, basically in the crease, like right above the lid in the crease. And I'm using one of the fluffy brushes that I used before and just going in and blending that on the corners there. From the corner in. I needed that help. I was like, why isn't it looking? So I wanted to add that helped. So now that my eyes are looking the way I want them to look, I'm gonna go in with just some Studio Fix foundation. I just tap my brush into there, and then I'm going to use that just to wipe away that excess powder I had sitting under there, make sure none of that color, none of that fallout sticks, and clean it up. And then I have to bring my little mirror closer and grab my black pencil, eyeliner pencil, and I'm just lining the waterline. So I'm just making sure I get it nice and tight lined, the tap lash line, and then I'm gonna go in the same thing, doing the same thing on the waterline as well. And now we're going to use Jada again with a really tightly packed brush to basically smoke out that bottom lash line. So now I'm adding warmth to the sides of my face. I'm creating a 3 using the Becca Multitasking Perfecting Powder. My face is really round, so I just want to sculpt it out a bit by just doing a light contour on the cheeks, up to the forehead, and down to the chin, creating a 3. So now I'm gonna clean up that contour lightly with some of that setting powder that I used earlier, and just make sure it's like nice and neat so it isn't coming too far down on my face. And now I'm going in with my favorite part in the whole entire look, which is adding highlight. I'm going in with the Fenty matchsticks in the color Cinnamon, and this is my favorite part of the little matchstick. I'm looking at the time because I filmed this video right before I had to go to work, and I wasn't feeling too well, but I really wanted to start filming, so here we go. So I use my fingers to kind of make sure it's warm, it's nice and warmed and blended in. You already know what I say about my fingers. I love using them. Then I also use my MAC 187 dual fiber brush. I like it because it's not as like tightly packed, and it really helps with like giving that airbrush effect, and it's clean. So it's like there's no product on there. I'm literally just sweeping everything that I have on my cheeks together. So now I'm just making sure that I blend it all together, giving me a nice airbrush look, no harsh lines. This is like what really gives you that clean, natural glow. And then I'm gonna go in and just give myself a light wing liner with the Stila waterproof liquid eyeliner. So now I'm applying false lashes. I went ahead and did a quick little lip concoction off camera, just something really like nude, like nudie pinky mauvey color. It was a combination of 2 Anastasia matte lipsticks. It was Dead Rose and Spice with a little bit of lip liner. Now I'm using some false lashes just to finish up this look, making sure that I really get that in there as close to the lash line as possible. I like to squeeze it on with my fingers and then use this little applicator just to like help get it in place. So I want to thank everyone for watching. It was really fun making this. There's plenty more to come. This is just the first. It was a little test trial. This is the final look, so hopefully you enjoyed and it was easy to follow along. Go ahead and leave me any comments. If you have any critiques or comments, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm all about improvement here. So thanks, guys. Have a good one.